Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent state visit to the United States was successful both at the level of symbols and substance. For the Biden administration, the visit provided an opportunity to convey that India is an important partner of the United States, both in the Indo-Pacific and globally. Consequently, President Biden went out of his way to greet Modi with all the pomp and circumstance that these impressive state visits usually have. The US Congress followed suit and invited Prime Minister Modi to address a joint session, the second time that he has done so. For Prime Minister Modi, this was a very important visit as well, because deepening ties with the United States has been a high priority for him ever since he entered office in 2014. He sees the United States as a very important partner that can help India rise. And not surprisingly, technology and technology sharing was clearly the most important item on his agenda during this visit. He also wanted to signal to China at a moment when Sino-Indian ties are somewhat frayed, that New Delhi has powerful friends, including friends in Washington. And like any Indian politician, he also used the visit to validate his own ambitions and to convey to a domestic audience that he is personally valued by the most powerful leader in the international system. This too is an important consideration because there are going to be Indian national elections next year, and Prime Minister Modi wanted to make the best of both the substantive achievements and the symbolic reception to show that he is deeply valued by President Biden. On the substance, the most important achievements really revolved around two big baskets of issues. The first was defense technology cooperation and various forms of technology sharing. And the other were big improvements aimed at deepening people-to-people relations. In the defense and technology sharing basket, the United States made a very important decision to share jet engine technology with India, the GE 414 engine, which is slated to be co-produced and future generations of which will be co-developed in India. That's a big deal. And where people-to-people ties are concerned, important breakthroughs were made in rationalizing the visa process, which is important for Indians visiting the United States, as well as the decision to open 2 new consulates in India, which would also ease the burden of offering visas to many thousands of Indians who come to the United States every year, either for purposes of tourism or business or for education. For all these gains, this visit was also different on an important count in comparison to Modi's last official visit to Washington. This time, the concerns about India's domestic politics were seen more and more prominently, both in the anxieties within the administration, the divisions within the diaspora, and sometimes very open criticism of the Prime Minister and his policies, and in the media coverage, which even as it emphasized India's importance as a partner to the United States, went out of its way to flag the extent of democratic decay that is widely perceived to be occurring. For all these concerns about the visit, however, I think both sides can walk away quite confidently that they had achieved their principal strategic aims, which is to deepen the partnership by demonstrating that both countries are committed to cooperating on a whole range of challenging global issues and are committed to building up each other's strengths in order to strengthen the rules-based system, both in the Indo-Pacific and globally.